What's good, people? Today, we're going to be checking out some reels that are going around social media that might make you ask some questions. Let's get it started. Shout outs to all the bummies and bumettes tuning in. But before we begin, this video was made for entertainment and educational purpose.
Okay, so here they are. The sun is like right on them, so it might be hard for you guys to make out, but I'll get up closer. Gosh, initial look is like, what the heck? So just to the left, the plot thickens. So look up in this shaded spot. I just saw those. I think we got enough time. Let's go look at them real quick. Bit of a conundrum with the time, but I think if I hustle, we can hit both spots. So let's try it real quick. Okay, so here's the approach to the little side ruin off of the main two. So this little window is what caught my attention. It's probably about 12 feet off the ground, just a sheer face, but it kind of continues over there. So let's go see if there's a way up back there. There's a little structure in the back here that's fallen down, but the main thing is just right up this little slab. It's not bad at all. So first thing that really sticks out to me are all these portholes. So quick count gives me 1, 2, 3. I see 10 different portholes, and they all seem like they're facing a different direction so that you can have like an overall. Okay.
Amazing discovery. I don't know about being out there in the sun though. It looks nice. I wish I had time to explore.
In 1870, near the Oxus River, in what is now Tajikistan, the local villagers stumbled upon an incredible discovery. In the weeks leading up to this significant historical find, the surrounding areas had been flooded. As the waters subsided, they spotted something lying on the banks of the river. Upon closer investigation, this turned out to be the discovery of a lifetime. What the villagers had found is now known as the Oxus treasure, the finest example of gold from the Achaemenid Persian Empire, dating back to the 6th century BC, making this treasure hoard 2,500 years old. In 1870,
That's bad. I wish I could come across some treasure. I mean, I ain't trying to be the richest man in the world, but I wouldn't mind getting a piece of the pie.
Woken by her cat one morning to see something strange on the deck of her patio.
Good morning, guys. It is literally 5 a.m. and there are people feet all over my deck in the snow. Do you see this? They start over there, walks up to the table. There's nothing coming up to the... Maybe there is some coming up to the door.
Concerned that there might be a barefoot person walking around her property, she both calls authorities and checks in with neighbors, but finds nothing. 2 days after this incident, she sees them again. I spoke with Kat to get more detail. Kat says that their kid had claimed that there was an angry man in the home who was watching them. One afternoon, Kat arrives home to see something quite perplexing in the children's playroom.
Cats came down here and they were just like going at each other for no reason. And I went upstairs. I don't remember why. I probably go away from them. And all of the toys were stacked up on top of their playset.
Balanced, like it was too tall for the kids to do.
Because of the strange occurrences, Pittsburgh Paranormal came out to investigate their home.
And one of the mediums on their team was just doing like a walk through top of the stairs, and she says it feels really heavy. So when we first moved here, I went to Goodwill, and there was this kind of like a fedora, like an old man's hat. She got this. It was from an old man. They had me take the hat and put it in a box, put salt in the box, seal the box, and bury it under an old oak tree. So we did.
Woman is awoken by her cat one morning.
Yeah, when you see footsteps and stuff like that outside your house, and your pet not acting right, and then you find toys like that in your kid's room stacked up above the height of your kid, then yeah, you really need to call your mom and see if she lets you go back in, so you can have time to look for a place to move out. Because if I was you, I would not stay there. But that's just me, though.
Maybe you must have seen this in the picture of the planet Mars. This is the canyon called Valles Marineris, which can be seen clearly even from millions of kilometers away. It is also known as the Grand Canyon of Mars. It is so huge that it spans over 4,000 kilometers in length and is approximately 200 kilometers wide in this area. On Earth, the biggest canyon is about 446 kilometers, and Valles Marineris is 10 times longer than that. Not only in length, but if we talk about its depth, in some places it is as deep as 7 kilometers. This means that it is so deep that some of Earth's tallest mountains would fit inside it. In fact, this is the largest canyon in our solar system. The exact reason for the formation of this canyon is still unknown. For space updates, follow Secrets of Space. Maybe you must...
Stories about space are very intriguing, but I just have lots of questions. Like, how did they get this footage? I mean, if you ask me, and it's only if you ask me, this footage don't even look real. But then again, I could be wrong.
So I think I might have found a secret entrance to perhaps a mine just in there. I'm gonna grab my torch and head in, see how far it goes. I'm seeing a lot of spider webs. Not ideal, but we'll push through. This is crazy. Wow, bones. Hopefully, nothing nefarious. It looks like it's flooded. So I think
That looks man-made. For some reason, somebody closed it off. Can you imagine what he could bump into down there? Treasure. I mean, who knows? But being honest, I wouldn't have gone in there. I'm not driven by curiosity because I've heard what it did to the cat.
The Black Knight satellite intrigued me probably about 10 years ago. So this object that's been orbiting the Earth for who knows how long, according to the people that have decoded the message, not only did it exist, but it was giving off a specific signal. This signal was decoded by ham radio operators independently, and it gave up a location of where this thing may be from, and that was the Boötis constellation. It's where Boötis was in the sky approximately 11 to 13,000 years ago. I discovered that one of the Anunnaki gods of the pantheon in Mesopotamia, named Enlil, he actually had something called an all-seeing eye. Now, this all-seeing eye would allow you to see anything going on Earth at any given time. And how is that possible? We have all-seeing eyes in space right now. They're called polar orbiting satellites. With a polar orbiting satellite, as the Earth spins on its axis and it orbits the Earth while it's spinning on its axis, it's taking swaths of data, information, and video and photos and everything else, topographical data, and it gives you the capability of transmitting that data back to Earth. I said, could these two things be linked? As I dug deeper, I discovered that Enlil was the owner of the Boötis constellation, according to the ancient Sumerians. The Black Knight satellite.
If only there was proof of everything the dude is talking about. But until I see it, or until then, all I can say is, sounds good.
Thing they ever have told us is a lie. They tell us that our heart is a pump. Your heart is not a pump. Your heart is a valve. Your lungs is a pump that pumps the blood to the heart. The heart is a valve mechanism that controls the cardio output of blood. Everything they tell us about everything is a lie. They tell you your hair is just hair. No, our hair is non-ether hair. It is actually an extension of your nervous system. It is used to scan the environment, and it brings all of these different melanin neurotransmitters back to your skin to tell you whether to actually engage in the environment or take fight or flight and run away. That's why you get gut feelings. That's why when you see paranormal activities, the hair on your skin stand up. So everything that they ever told us about ourselves is a lie. That dairy is good for the bones and calcium. Literally, milk actually strips the bone of calcium. You know, they tell us don't look at the sun because it will make us go blind. Sun gazing actually stimulates your pineal gland to open up your third eye. Everything they ever have told us is a lie. They will never teach you nothing to set you free, because you being enslaved mentally is how they benefit off of you. So they will never teach you anything to make you free. So we have to take everything that they ever tell us as bullshit. Everything they ever...
Sounds like the dude is onto something. I mean, I don't know if I believe everything the dude said, but some of it does make sense. And I think the same way. I mean, don't believe everything you hear. Like I said, if it don't make sense, don't believe it until you come through with a conclusion of your own.
What looked like man-made structures in a remote valley on Google Earth, so decided to go on an adventure to try reach them to see what they were. I began my cycle in this beautiful medieval town before leaving civilization behind and heading deeper into the Spanish countryside. But along the way, I actually passed by an abandoned fuel station, which of course I had to quickly explore. Continuing on my cycle, I met a friendly horse, and as the sun set, I found the perfect place to set up my camp for the night. The next morning, I continued on my cycle, but this is when things got tough. The road quickly ran out, and I soon had to leave my bike behind and continue on foot. But it didn't take long to reach the valley, and in the distance I could see something strange. As I hiked closer, I saw these enormous birds flying overhead, and as I reached the edge of the cliffs, I could see the structures I'd been searching for just below me. It looked like some sort of large ruin. I began to search for a way down, but surrounded by steep cliffs, there was no way safely down. The only way to reach these ruins would be by the water. So if this video gets 50k likes, I'll come back with a boat and explore them. I found what
That is nice, being able to explore like that. He said if I get 50, did he say 50K? He'll go out on a boat. Man, help the man get the 50K so we can find out what's in there.
In 2023, a French archaeological mission discovered an ancient Assyrian sculpture of an 18-ton winged bull in northern Iraq. The sculpture is made of alabaster stone and is called a lamassu, which is an ancient protective deity. The lamassu has a human head, a body similar to a bull or lion, and wings like a bird. The sculpture, estimated to be 2,700 years old, is remarkably well preserved. However, its location far from any known Assyrian city raises questions about its purpose and how it ended up at this particular site. In 2023...
That's interesting. Giant stone, it did look very preserved.
On February 14th, 1990, as everyone on Earth was celebrating Valentine's Day, Voyager 1 was all alone, leaving our solar system forever, headed for an endless and lonely journey. It turned around to look at the Earth one last time. This was the image it captured, keeping our small blue world caught in the center of a scattered light ray. As Carl Sagan, an American astronomer, said, "Look again at that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. Honor to everyone you love, everyone you've ever heard of, every human being who ever was. And I think that's pretty special." For space updates, follow Secrets of Space. On February 14th,
February 14th, 1990. This image was taken by a Voyager. Yeah, I don't know about this one. Like I said, it's hard to believe. I mean, none of the footage I've seen from space or from outer space or Earth itself, it looks like they make it seem real. I mean, I don't know if it is or not. I can't confirm. nor deny, but it kind of looks like the Universal Studio Earth. And that looks like CGI-ish, I guess, but I mean, I could be wrong, but that's just how I see it.
What's very interesting to note is that the glyphs found at Göbekli Tepe, especially startling artwork like on Pillar 43, exact matches and multiple similar matches to glyphs all over the world, especially those in Easter Island, a place that is remote, not connected to Turkey where Göbekli Tepe has been discovered. But Easter Island, it's found that the Moai have entire bodies that are buried underground, much like Göbekli Tepe was. On the backs of those Moai are glyphs, hidden underneath the earth, preserved, unweathered, waiting to be found to send a message. And those glyphs are not only strikingly similar to those in Göbekli Tepe, but some of them are exact matches, including zodiacal symbols and what seems to be warnings. The glyphs seem to hint at what's very interesting to note.
Man, why do they always cut it halfways? Man. That is not appealing at all.
Scientists discover a new species lurking in the depths of the Southern Ocean. Researchers describe it as pretty large, with 20 arms.
First on our list is the frilled shark. This could be one of the oldest living creatures on our planet. There's a lot of mysterious creatures hiding in the trench, but this beast is definitely one of the oldest. While this wild-looking shark is a fairly recent discovery for humans, many experts believe that the species is actually over 80 million years old. While it is scientifically classified as a shark, many people often mistake it for a type of eel due to its very unique appearance. It looks nothing like your traditional sharks and definitely doesn't act like them either. Many people have also referred to the frilled shark as the living fossil due to its rough brown skin and the fact it's 80 million years old. This shark also has a very odd looking mouth that is filled with strange teeth to complement the rest of its bizarre appearance. Its movement pattern is also slightly terrifying to watch. The upper body seems to swim through the water normally, but the lower half just hangs around and tags along for the ride. Next on our list is the hatchet fish. This fish is able to use its own light source to find food. On top of the immense pressure, the Mariana Trench is a very dark place that is nearly impossible for humans to travel to. But some species like the hatchet fish are actually able to emit their own light source to help them navigate the trench. These unique fish have bioluminescent bodies and are able to use it to their advantage when it comes to hunting prey. They're able to track down smaller fish and crustaceans at small and far distances by using just the right amount of light. This allows them to successfully hunt for their food without drawing any unwanted attention. Their blade-like bodies also allow them to cut through the waters and catch up to anything that tries to escape. While most of their time is spent in the trench, they do occasionally travel closer to the surface to feast on zooplankton. However, this only happens at night while they can roam around undetected and enjoy a different kind of meal from their usual trench fare. Up next is the barrel eye. This crazy fish actually has a see-through head. This strange creature that lives at the deepest depths of the trench has a very unique attribute that helps it survive. The barrel eye has long tubular eyes that provides it with exceptional peripheral vision and allows it to scan its surroundings much faster than other species. This allows it to look directly through its own skull, which happens to be completely see-through. This gives the fish an incredibly unique appearance as it looks like some sort of alien crossbreed with all of its cranial components on display. The very bizarre feature also allows the creature to spot any predators that could be targeting it from above and at least gives the fish a fighting chance. The barrel eye is only a mere 6 inches long, which means that there are a ton of creatures that could be looking to eat it. This creature definitely looks very interesting, but it's pretty clear why that unique head is so important to its survival. After that, we have the vampire squid. Now, it won't suck your blood or transform into a bat, but it's pretty obvious how this creature got its name. It has a very noticeable dark red skin and a strange cape that surrounds its lower body, which sort of resembles the old Dracula look. While it may look like one scary beast that might want to harm you, the vampire squid is actually quite docile and has no interest in hurting anyone. This creature just likes to feed on zooplankton and other animal matter that descends from the surface. It also has some very clever tricks up its sleeve when it comes to escaping predators. Most squid use a black ink to disrupt the pursuit of enemies, but that would never work in a dark environment like the Mariana Trench. Instead, the vampire squid expels a bioluminescent substance that gives off a twinkling effect underwater. This will distract any predators and give the squid plenty of time to swim to safety. On top of that, its dark red skin is also pretty hard for underwater creatures to identify since most of them can only see the color blue. Next up is the telescope octopus. This creature might have given us the inspiration for the modern day submarine. This is another creature that just swam right into its own nickname. Just like the barrel-eye fish, the telescope octopus has long tubular eyes that provide it with enhanced peripheral vision. However, the telescope octopus's eyes are attached to the ends of long stalks which protrude through its body. This of course resembles the telescopes that stick out of a sub, which is why some people refer to the creature as the living submarine. On top of its enhanced vision and unique eyeballs, the telescope octopus is also completely see-through. This makes for quite the spectacle as all of its internal organs are on display for everyone to see. However, it also makes the telescope octopus a tremendous hunter, as many creatures are just unable to detect it. This creature has been confusing scientists since it was first discovered in the late 1800s, and it is undoubtedly one of the strangest things that exist in the trench. And finally, we have the pink see-through Fantasia. This creature is many different things at once. It almost sounds like it could be a portal to some magical realm with that kind of a title, but this is surprisingly just another type of sea cucumber. This one just happens to be much bigger and seemingly bears some resemblance to different jellyfish species. Although its skin has a noticeable pink tint, this is another see-through creature that puts all of its insides on full display. It was only just discovered in 2007 at a depth of 2,500 meters, but scientists are obviously keen on learning more about this strange creature. What they have uncovered is that the see-through Fantasia has the ability to swim freely, which is something that other sea cucumbers are unable to do. The Fantasia is also regarded as a hard worker who's incredibly important for their environment. These creatures actually use sediments on the ocean floor to oxygenate the area for other wildlife. There are many creatures in the Mariana Trench who simply owe their survival to this amazing species. And that does it for our look at the horrifying sea creatures that still exist in the Mariana Trench. There are still many others we are yet to discover, but these ones are proof that the trench is one scary place. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and we'll see you all next time.
That it is. That trench is scary. Them sea creatures are definitely different. To be able to withstand all the pressure of the deep sea, that tells us something. I mean, they're made different. But I can only imagine what else is down there. But once again, I'm not the one to go down there and find out. And with that said, it's about that time for me to clock out. But don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video with your loved ones and friends. And I'll see you on the next one.